No, have to. This is a regularly scheduled public session of the Woodbridge Board of Education and also in compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Laws of 1975, also known as the Sunshine Law. This meeting has been approved by resolution adopted at the reorganization meeting held on January 3rd, 2023. Notification has been sent out to the record. Notification has also been posted in the Woodbridge Borough Hall, the Woodbridge Memorial Library, tapinto.net, and the Woodbridge Board of Education's website. Please be advised that all or portion of this meeting is being live streamed in real time and will be recorded for rebroadcasting at a future date. All right. Roll call.
Mr. Biamonte. Mr. Fallon.
Here.
Mr. Garvin.
Here.
Mr. Nieves. Mr. O'Byrne.
Here.
Mr. Vaccaro is absent.
All right, so we actually have three things on the agenda before we get to our student of the month. Our student representative called in sick, so Emily will not be here, so we're going to skip over that. Tony, you can cover that in the superintendent report. So administrators, we are going to get right to student of the month. So, Ira, you're up first.
There we go. Each month, the Doyle School focuses on a specific character education theme. Since the month of March encompassed many school-wide initiatives and activities around the theme of perseverance, grade level teachers were asked to nominate a student on behalf of their respective grade that best embodies this important trait. The teachers wrote the following rationales for our students of the month. In kindergarten, we have Anthony Mabel. Anthony demonstrates perseverance each and every day in school. He tries his best with all of his work and really pushes through when things are challenging. Anthony even encourages his peers to make good choices and to always try their best. Due to Anthony's perseverance, he has made tremendous progress this school year. In grade 1, Francesca Alman. Francesca has worked tremendously hard this school year to produce the best quality work she can. If something is difficult for Francesca, she does not give up and works hard to find a solution. She is not afraid to take guesses and ask for help. She is kind, caring, and unafraid to make mistakes. We are so incredibly proud of how Francesca perseveres through any task given to her. In grade 2, we have Samantha Ibanez. Samantha comes to school each day ready to learn and participate. No matter if a topic comes easily to Samantha or is a challenge, she always puts forth 100% effort. She perseveres through the tough stuff with a great attitude and a smile on her face. Samantha Ibanez. And last but not least, in grade 3, Shimona Biswas. This is Shimona's first year at Doyle School, and she exemplifies perseverance daily. When she is stuck on something, she pushes herself until she succeeds. She is very helpful to her peers and is always positive. We are so proud of Shimona.
It's always tough coming after Miss Schmidt. Got such cute little kids at the Doyle School. We got some cute ones at the intermediate school too, though. They kind of look alike. All right. In the 4th grade, the intermediate school would like to announce our student of the month for April, and it was Stephanie Alleman. Come on up, Stephanie. Stephanie is hardworking, kind, and always participates. She is consistently engaged in all of her classes and is always prepared. She is motivated to do her best and therefore will not hesitate to ask for help whenever it is needed. The teachers refer to her as an active learner in their classrooms. Stephanie loves all of her subjects at school equally because she said school is just really fun. I like to hear that. I love learning about new things in all the subject areas. Not only does she work super hard in school, she also plays 4 sports outside of school, which includes soccer, basketball, softball, and cheerleading. That's good? Okay. All right. Good. She also loves to write fictional suspense stories and hang out with her friends outside of school. When she grows up, she wants to become an architect. She aspires to be able to design and organize houses someday. Perhaps you can organize my closet at some point. Right. She already loves to decorate for different holidays with her family at home. Congratulations to our 4th grade student of the month for April, Stephanie Alleman. Okay, and I'm looking out of the room for my 5th grade student of the month, Miss Isabella Panetta. Does not look like she is here. Isabella is a hard worker who always strives to do her best. She is kind and always has a smile on her face. This is most certainly true as I see her at drop-off every morning. In the morning, she is dropped off on First Street, and out exits Isabella with a smile and a hello and is always ready to go. She really enjoys basketball and doing gymnastics. In her free time, she likes to draw. When she grows up, she would like to be a basketball player. Congratulations to our 5th grade student of the month for April, Isabella Panetta. Looks like I am a little short today. I don't see my 6th grade student of the month either. Our 6th grade student of the month is Diane. Oh, there you are. Oh my goodness. In the front. It's when I go to the fridge to look for the mustard and I'm looking all over the place and it's right there smack in my face. All right. Diana Thompson is kind, friendly, and extremely helpful to her peers. I see Diana each and every day at pickup and can attest to the level of her friendliness. She always says hi and always says goodbye and is always grateful to those around her. Diana's favorite subjects in school are English and math. In ELA, she loves to write stories and poetry. She loves math because she practices math with her father. Thank you, Dad. In Diana's free time, she enjoys art, cooking, and playing basketball with her older brother. She is looking forward to playing volleyball next year, and when Diana grows up, she would like to open her own cafe. Congratulations to our 6th grade student of the month for April, Miss Diana Thompson. Come on. Diana, you got a duck. You can't be told. I'm kidding. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. First, I would like to start off that I think for the first time ever, we have a pair of siblings that they got it at the same time, and no, this was not planned. So mom and dad, congratulations. So for 7th grade, Bella Pertuno. Bella is kind and very much driven to achieve academic success. She's diligent, kind, and takes pride in her work, which reflects personal standards, a lot higher than required. She's always willing to help her classmates. She's well-mannered, respectful of her classmates, and extremely hard worker. She has the attitude of a true learner. For 8th grade, Isabella Capuano. Isabella is an excellent student who works very hard in the classroom. She has excellent school spirit and participates in many different school activities. Isabella is polite, and kind to all her classmates and teachers, and she always has a smile on her face, and she has the best hair. Congratulations. Ninth grade, Joseph Petruno. This, for Joseph, he's the simple definition of outstanding. He helps many of his peers, not only with school and tutoring, but he also jumps in at any chance to help with the community, and he's overall a great kid. He cares about his friends, adults, and he worries about others before himself. He goes above and beyond in the class and outside of school. For 10th grade, we have Michaela Imasa. She is not here, but I would like to share a letter that her friends wrote on her behalf. Dear Michaela, congratulations on this amazing achievement. We are so proud of you. You are the most hardworking student we know. It was only a matter of time before everyone has recognized how amazing you are. You truly deserve this, and we hope you continue to get recognized for all your hard work. You aren't just a hardworking student, you are a great friend. You're always taking care of us and listening to us. We are so thankful to have you in our lives. You constantly bring joy to our lives and to others around you. We love you so much, and we hope to continue to see you succeed. That's from her best friends, so I had to share that. Okay, for the 11th grade, we have Hannah McDonald. Hannah is new to our district this year. She's one of all-around greatest people. She's sweet, kind, smart, and willing to serve. She has an outstanding work ethic, is very polite and respectful, and works well with other students in the class, especially when helping them. She's always volunteering and attending trips with the National Honor Society. I actually had the pleasure of painting a house in Patterson with Hannah. And for the 12th grade, she's not here, Dakota Bentley. Dakota is always respectful to her teachers and her fellow classmates. She's always the first person to volunteer when help is needed and is always reliable when called upon. In addition to taking care of her classwork, she's always willing to help her classmates out. Dakota is thoughtful, generous, and kind. She's also big on hellos, goodbyes, please, and thank you. As a senior, she sets an example on the court and on the field and in the classroom for all her younger teammates. Congratulations. Thanks, guys. Congratulations. Thank you.
So congratulations, students and parents, doubly for the Petrunos back there. So I'm going to change up the agenda a little bit. Tony has a lot of important things to say from a superintendent standpoint, so I'm going to go straight into his report. Then I'll have a special announcement, which means that everybody can leave if you choose to do so, and then we'll go into our school budget presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Nieves. I would like to open with our student report. The spring season brings our high school a lot of wonderful things to acknowledge and celebrate, especially the senior class as we work to enjoy our last weeks here. Although we are starting to feel excited for our prom, trips, and graduation, it's important for us to focus on the great things we have done over the last few weeks. Many of our seniors have been accepted to different colleges, universities, and trade schools. We are also happy to share that we have a few seniors who are looking to serve our country in the armed forces. We continue to acknowledge and celebrate all of the different and beautiful people in our school community. This month, most especially, our assistant principals, Mrs. Ruiz and Mrs. Sinclair, for Assistant Principals Day, our paraprofessionals for National Paraprofessionals Day, and all those associated with National Autism Awareness Month. We had a super successful career fair with many of our juniors and seniors making connections with professionals across Bergen County and our neighboring counties. We had an engaging and fun Spring Spirit Week, capped off with a great pep rally. Finally, our sports teams are off to a strong start this month. Our varsity baseball program sits at 7-4. Our softball team is at 7-3. Our boys volleyball team currently holds third place in their division. Our track and field teams continue to impress at their meets. We, of course, have had the history-making beginning and victory of our flag football team. And finally, we had a most impressive musical to start the month that was absolutely amazing, highly praised, and well attended. We look forward to a great marking period 4. In my report this evening, I opened by saying I trust that everyone had a most enjoyable and restful spring recess, and I remind everyone that the final 36 or so school days are going to fly by. I begin my report this evening commenting on some notable items on this evening's agenda. From a personnel perspective, we have successfully filled almost all of our vacant staff positions. Our child study team has undergone a great deal of personal transition. However, the team is fully in place at the current time. All of our staff requests for leave have been covered either with external or internal replacements. Our high school geometry classes are no longer taking place virtually, as Mrs. Zach has returned to the classroom, much to the excitement of all of her students. The board will be accepting tonight with great regret the retirement of Mrs. Angela Danielle. Senora Danielle has served as a world language teacher in our high school for many years. She will be sorely missed. We do hope that she enjoys her final Cinco de Mayo celebration very soon. The board will be honoring Mrs. Danielle at our June board meeting. As the school year winds down, we have some school events being planned and approved by the Board of Education. The 7th grade overnight trip to Frost Valley in New York State will take place at the middle of this week, with students leaving on Wednesday morning and returning on Friday afternoon. The 8th grade overnight trip to Washington, D.C. will take place beginning Wednesday, May 10th through Friday, May 12th. And of course, the Woodridge Junior Senior High School prom is set for Thursday, May 18th at the Liberty House in Jersey City. Last week, I was able to visit all 3 schools to personally present flowers to our respective Teachers of the Year. The following staff members have been selected to serve as our district's representatives in the Bergen County Educator Recognition Program. And I have to say, as I visited each classroom and as the building administrators made the announcement, the most overjoyed people were the students in the classroom. You can tell that each honor was richly deserved. At the Doyle School, our honoree for this year is Mrs. Brittany Franchini. At the intermediate school, Mrs. Lori Lenfranchi, and at the Woodridge High School, Mrs. Colleen Casabroda. So congratulations to all those ladies. All 3 teachers will be honored at a county reception to be held on Thursday, May 25th. They will also be invited to be recognized at our June board meeting. This evening, the board will be approving a cooperative athletic agreement with Wallington High School for the 23-24 school year. We will be combining our winter track programs, both boys and girls, with the hope of fielding a larger team to compete both as a team and individually. This is in addition to the cooperative agreement that the board approved earlier this year for girls soccer in the next year between Woodridge and Wallington. We are hoping this evening to approve a revised school calendar for the current school year. Being as the district did not use any emergency days this year, the proposed calendar change will be as follows. Thursday, May 25th, a 1-session day for students only. Staff will be engaged in professional development for the remainder of the workday. Friday, May 26th, schools will be closed as we give back our first unused emergency day. Schools will be closed on Monday, May 29th for Memorial Day, and then also will be closed on Tuesday, May 30th as another give back for an unused emergency day. Schools will reopen on Tuesday, May 31st, Wednesday, where we'll begin the countdown of our final 13 school days until the very last day of school on Friday, June 16th. Lastly, the board is approving an agreement with Rutgers University tonight to utilize the components of the New Jersey School Climate Improvement Platform. This will include an online survey disseminated to students, staff members, and school families before the end of the current school year. The district administration will review the results of the survey in the summer months and plan to evaluate our current school climate, our code of conduct, and related policies and regulations concerning school safety and wellness, with a report being made back to the Board of Education. Mr. Nieves, that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Trustees, comments, questions? No, none? All right. So we're going to get on to our regular business. Today, we're going to go through our 23-24 budget presentation. So we're going to, as board members come down there, our business administrator, Janine, will walk us through. Then we'll have some questions, and then we'll get back to our course of business, resolutions, hearing of citizens. This is your time now. If you don't want to stay, as much as I know you all want to, that you can leave. Don't all get up at once. Oh, and Mrs. Capuano, we have a special write-up for you. No, we're going to mail it to you. By Mark. And anybody who wants to feed in Devils Ranger scores, we're okay with that too. Is that? Yeah, nice. All right, you ready to roll?
Good evening. This is the presentation of the 23-24 budget for the Woodridge School District. This is just our Board of Ed. Everybody's familiar. Just some budget assumptions we've made. Our state aid for the 23-24 school year is a total of $1,749,521. That's an increase of $193,587 over our state aid of $1,305,934 of last year, and an increase of $75,000 for our extraordinary aid budget from 22-23, which we budgeted $175,000, and this year we're budgeting $250,000. We also have money coming out of capital reserve into capital projects. We are upgrading the Wi-Fi infrastructure at Doyle, a complete upgrade of that system, as well as we have money earmarked for the temporary education space for the construction at Doyle, for getting ready for the construction as well as during the construction in case we need it. And also, as everybody's pretty much aware, our shared services, we are working with the borough to begin the construction of the additional space to accommodate our increasing enrollment at Doyle. This is just a chart of how our state aid has increased since 15-16. So I'm happy to say this has been our state aid since I started with the district. And just a look at our revenues year over year from last year's budget to what we're proposing for this year. One notable is the fund balance. Last year we proposed $539,000 of excess surplus in our fund balance to use in the budget. This year, that number has increased to almost 1.2. And the main reason for that is during COVID, the state allowed us to keep a 4% surplus, and that expires at the end of this year. So that money flows right into the budget. Everything else is pretty much the same. And there's a pie chart. You can see the bulk of our funding is the taxes. And then state aid and our Moonachie tuition make up, I guess, the next largest pieces of our budget. And then our anticipated expenses, you can see the increase over last year's budget to this year's projected budget. Probably the largest increases, almost $1 million in student direct services and employee benefits. The state health benefit plan increased over 15% this year for the health benefits, as well as they're projecting the same increase for next year. So those are probably our two biggest. And in direct student services, the student transportation increased quite a bit over last year's budget. That's a big chunk of that $1 million. And again, so we can see student services are the biggest piece of our budget. And then the next would be our employee benefits. So some stuff we've worked on with this budget is reducing the number of out-of-district placements by expanding our services offered in district. We generally try to align our funds to the school fiscal and planning goals. We allocate our money to the areas of greatest need, and we try to maximize our shared service partnerships. Why isn't it changing? Oh. Okay, so we continue to create new cost-saving programs for our special needs students in district. We have cooperative busing for all our out-of-district students and anybody going out of district, pretty much, with the exception of private schools. And we continue to work with the shared services with our budget, with our equipment, our fuel, and our maintenance of vehicles. And the shared services with the district for the renovations at Doyle. We also have a shared service agreement with Moonachie for our child study teams. And we will be adding a mental health counselor that we'll share with Moonachie for next year. We share with the borough, the gym and the outdoor space, and the facilities for summer rec, and the reverse 911 system for borough emergency announcements. So we continue to purchase Chromebooks for all the schools as the old ones become obsolete. We added a school guidance counselor this year. We were able to have now at least one guidance counselor at each building. We have additional student activities. We've added several clubs. We've increased our school safety measures. We've transitioned to the LED lighting in all the district buildings. And we were able to purchase 2 new vehicles, facility vehicles. All that being said, the big question. And we're happy to say, again, this will keep for the average home valued at $375,028, the taxes will remain basically flat. There was very little increase in the tax rate. Do you have anything to add, Mr. Albro?
No, Mrs. Murray, I want to thank you, the board, and my school administrators for putting this budget together. Since 2010, when we first sustained fiscal cuts via Governor Christie's administration, we've been trying to work our way back. I think that we're offering everything that we can right now within our budget, and it's becoming more difficult each year. So I appreciate the effort on everyone's behalf to make it work, and I imagine shortly we'll begin talking about the year after. So thank you, Mrs. Murray, for your leadership in this task.
was, very late at night. But we've gotten to a much better place. So definitely thank you, Janine. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Tony. Trustees, any comments or questions?
I just want to say thank you, Janine, Chris, Tony, and all the administrators, because I know this is a tough job, and I know you guys put a lot of long hours into this, and thank you.
All right. So podium for anyone who has questions on budget only, and then we'll get into our resolutions. Anybody? Nope, no budget questions. Did we have any that were posted to us today online? All right. All right, so get into our normal course of business. So I'll go to the approval of the minutes. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education approve the minutes of the following meeting, executive and work session of March 20th, 2023. Can I get a first? Mr. Biamonte, Mr. Garvin, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Fallon,
Yes.
Mr. Garvin,
Yes.
Mr. O'Byrne,
Yes.
Mr. Vaccaro is absent. Mr. Biamonte,
Yes.
Mr. Nieves.
Yes. All right, trustees, I'm going to get to the committee reports. We're not going to break tradition today, are we? All right. Curriculum and instruction, approval of field trip request, approval of field trip request again, one which includes Moonachie, approval of home instruction cancellation, return to OOD placement, approval of evaluation request, approval of out-of-district placement, approval of professional development request. On to personnel, we have the approval of a mentor, approval of personnel appointment, approval of the 23-24 school-based behavioral threat assessment and management teams, acceptance of a resignation, approval of a request for a leave of absence, approval of revised salaries for the WREA contract 22-23 at Doyle, acceptance of retirement notification, approval of a chaperone, approval of extended school day personnel appointment replacements at intermediate, approval of the high school 6-period teaching stipend 22-23, approval of the appointment of substitute, approval of chaperone. On to policy, we have approval of policies and approval of regulations. On to buildings and grounds, we have a facilities request, 2 facilities requests, one which is with Moonachie and one without. On to finance, we have approval of the bills list, approval of the monthly financial reports of the board secretary and treasurer, approval of certification of a balanced budget, approval of budget transfers, approval of fundraisers again, approval of the final budget for the 23-24 school year, which you've just seen, and for board operations, affirmation of the superintendent's report of incidents of harassment, intimidation, and bullying, otherwise known as HIB, within the district, approval of the agreement with Mesvita of Clifton, a New Jersey non-public school, to employ Gabriel Ben-Noon in the New Jersey STEM Initiative, August 30th, 2023 to June 30th, 2024, and approval of the agreement with YBH of Passaic Hillel, a New Jersey non-public school, to employ Robert Berger in the STEM Initiative from August 30th, 2023 to June 30th, 2024. And approval to purchase from United Ford under 65 MCES CCPS 20/21-09, approval of delayed opening for the NJSLA administration at the high school, approval of the cooperative athletic programs, approval of the amendments to district calendar 22-23, approval of revision of the 22-23 Woodridge School District calendar, approval of the joint transportation agreement with Carlstadt East Rutherford Regional Board of Education for the 23-24 school year, approval of the renewal of the 36-month contract with LightPath for the 23-26 school years, and approval of agreement with Rutgers University, the NJSCI platform, which Tony just took you through, and one addendum, which is the Board Operations 6. So it'll be rewritten as approval of cooperative athletic programs. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education hereby approves a cooperative athletic agreement for boys and girls, junior varsity and varsity winter track and field between the Wallington Board of Education, the Woodridge Board of Education, LEA for the 23-24 school year. This agreement is contingent upon the approval of the NJSIAA. Before I open it up to the hearing of citizens, comments, questions, concerns? All right, I'm going to open it up to the hearing of the citizens on the resolutions only.
Bonnie Taylor, 64 Woodridge Street. I just had a question in regards to the fundraiser principle for our day. Can you explain a little bit how that is going to be run? At
The
Doyle
fundraiser
School?
for the principal for a day.
Ms. Schmidt, can you supply some information, please?
So it is just going to take place over the course of the week. We're going to sell tickets for, one ticket is $1. If you buy $5, it'll give you 10 tickets. We'll have a live drawing at the end of the day on Friday. The winner will be, actually next Monday is Principal Appreciation Day. And so whichever student is chosen will shadow me and be the principal for the day. And they'll get to kind of accompany me on some of the, the day-to-day administrative tasks and see what recess duty is like.
Okay, so it's a lottery, though.
It is a lottery.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter how many tickets you buy?
Exactly.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions on the resolutions? No? Any posted? Nope. All right, I will close the hearing of citizens on the resolutions only. Trustees, looking for your support, which does include Moonaki on resolutions, curriculum and instruction. So it says 1556. I'm assuming that's an error. Yeah, 1356. Thank you. Personnel, 237, 8, 10, 11. Policy 1 and 2. Buildings and grounds 1. Finance 1 through 5 and 7. Board operations 1 through 5 and 7 through 11. Addendum, board operations number 6. Can I get a first? Mr. Fallon, Mr. O'Byrne, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Fallon,
Yes.
Mr. Garvin,
Yes.
Mr. O'Byrne,
Yes.
Mr. Vaccaro is absent, Mr. Biamonte,
Yes.
Mr. Nieves.
Trustees looking for your support, which is Woodridge only. Resolutions, curriculum instruction 2 and 4. Personnel 1, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 12. None for policy. Buildings and grounds 2. Finance number 6. And none for board operations. Trustees, can I get a first? Mr. Garvin, second. Mr. O'Byrne, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Fallon,
Yes.
Mr. Garvin,
Yes.
Mr. O'Byrne,
Yes.
Mr. Vaccaro is absent, Mr. Biamonte.
Yes.
Mr. Nieves.
Yes. Trustees, before I open it up to the general session for hearing of citizens, do we have any new or unfinished business to discuss? The only thing that I will add then, coming into April, I know we have budget now. I know we have some other big dates as far as personnel coming in May. We want to start having conversations around what our parent committee is going to look like for the new facility, the new building, the extension. So I think, what I had actually told some candidates for the parent committee is that we'll come up with what scope and expectations are. Then we'll bring everybody together. We'll have an open discussion, make sure that we're all in agreement about what the expectations and what the scope is. And obviously, we're looking for some feedback because it is bi-directional. And then we will kick off, which I don't have a date, but it would either be at the end of the summer or the start of the school year, depending on where we are and what's going to happen with construction. All right. Okay. I will open it up now to the hearing of citizens on anything you'd like to talk about.
Bonnie Taylor, 64 Woodbridge Street. I just wanted to say thank you to the board and to the district for Woodbridge's pan-successful egg hunt event on April 1st. Thank you to Mr. Albert coming out on your birthday and Ms. Raguzio. And thank you to Mr. Sinclair. It was a wonderful event. It's the second event we had this year where I think the high schoolers had a better time than the younger ones, which is kind of funny. Thank you to our volunteers and everyone that made donations. Mr. Garvin, thank you so much. Mr. Councilman Altamiro, thank you so much. It's things like this that make us a better community and a better, stronger district. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anybody else? Just give us your name and address and
Jimmy Fauché, 147 10th Street. Ms. Murray, in your budget proposal, you mentioned that the borough is looking to expand services to try to limit out-of-district placements. what are some of the services that we are looking to expand, and what do we find are the most common services that drive, or lack of services that drive out of district placements?
We are looking to expand and add some more self-contained, like perhaps an LLD class, I believe is what's next on what we're planning for. And that helps eliminate that if we can create a self-contained class for the students, we won't have to and supply all the services they receive at out-of-district placement LLD classes. We can then service them in-house and keep them with their peers.
And what do you find is the lack of services, or what lack of services drive most out of district placements? Is there anything in particular that we find?
Basically, it's meeting the needs of our young students. If we go back 10 or 15 years ago, we didn't have a preschool disabled student in a school building in Woodridge. Every student was sent out of district. Now we have almost 14 students in our preschool disabled program. And additionally, as those students leave that program, moving on to kindergarten and other grades, they have a variety of placements that are offered to them, whether it be in the mainstream, whether it be in a self-contained environment, or in a pull-out resource environment. By opening an LLD classroom, we get a chance to meet the needs of more students that 3 or 4 years ago we might have had to send out of district and have younger students getting on a bus and attending a school someplace else when the school's right in their neighborhood. Obviously, it is a cost savings for the district to do it that way. In addition, it allows us to keep our students in our neighborhood school. Our hope is for our students to remain in our school system if we can serve them for their entirety of their school career. This next step is not the last step as we continue the progress moving down forward. When we have our expansion of the school, having additional facilities will allow us to expand those programs even more because, of course, those children are going to continue to get older, and depending upon their growth and progress, they may need to stay in the program. And the programs are at certain grade and age spans. So it is our hope to continue to offer the programs for everyone who needs them moving forward.
So it is a continuing process that you evaluate what the services that seem to be lacking or drive that out of district placement continuously.
We have two populations. We have the students who are already in our program. Of course, they're being evaluated constantly all throughout the year and annually once to see. Right now, there's meetings taking place where we're determining their placement for next year. And then we have all these students who are coming in who aren't even in our school building yet as 3-year-olds, and they're probably going to enter our building if they're classified as a preschool disabled student. And then as they move through the program, it's our goal to offer every placement possible to these students. That's our goal.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? All right. Janine, anything posted online today?
No, there is not.
All right, I will close the hearing of citizens. I don't think we have anything else for communications. I do want to say, if you didn't see our great baseball game against Heights, only because Faith is here, so I'm going to call that out with the game-winning shot that we had to. Hopefully that makes it in there. All right, motion to adjourn. Hey, Rich, Joe, all in favor? All right, close tonight's hearing. Thank you, everybody.